Well, good morning, everyone. As you're coming into the Zoom session, my name is Tony McDowell. I'm the Executive Director for the Opioid Abatement Authority. Thank you for joining us this morning for a special Abatement Academy webinar. This morning, we're going to be talking about the OAA's newly launched public-facing dashboard, where anybody with an internet connection on their smartphone or on their desktop, on a laptop, what have you, can go to our website and look at all of the details about the amount of settlement funds that have come to Virginia, how much money the OAA has received, and how much money we've awarded out to cities, counties, and state agencies. And furthermore, they'll be able to take a look at each one of Virginia's cities, counties, in order to see how much funding those cities and counties are eligible to receive, how much they have received. They'll be able to look at uh, funds that have been awarded and projects that are underway in each city and each county and for each state agency. And they'll be able to look at annual reports that have been turned in from grant recipients to the OAA. So it's a pretty exciting dashboard for us to be able to share statewide about the types of work that all of us have been doing, all of our grant recipients, our cities, our counties, and our state agencies. And so we're really pleased to get this launched. None of this would be possible without tremendous amount of effort from Matt Terrill, who you see on the screen here. Matt is the OAA's business analyst and superhero of a number of different things. Matt came to us 2 years ago after having worked the previous 5 years at DMAS, the Department of Medical Assistance Services, which essentially administers Medicaid for the state of Virginia. At DMAS, Matt worked in their budget office and was responsible for handling the Medicaid expansion administrative funds. And so Matt is going to walk us through a demo of the dashboard, and in just a moment, I'll turn it over to him to do that. In the meantime, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to type them into the Q&A feature. And as we go through the presentation, I'll moderate those questions for Matt so that he can answer them. So with that, it's now my pleasure to turn it over to Matt Terrill, and take it away, Matt.
Good morning, everyone. Really great to be happy to be showing this to you all. Yeah, this is going to be our dashboard. I'm going to show you through a few slides, and at the end, I will show you where you can find it on our website and kind of just walk through the live dashboard as it is now. Do keep in mind that these slides were made before the dashboard went live and before our recent grants committee and all the awards have been added to it. So the numbers you see on here are older numbers as we were going through testing. Yeah. So there are 4 different sections to our dashboard. And the first is the landing page. That is the main page you will see when you first log into our dashboard. The second is the city and county projects. And this is actually broken into 2 subsections where you can see it either by our cities and counties, or you can see it at a kind of higher level view, and that's based on the DBHGS regions, split up between those. The third section that we have for our dashboard is our state agency projects, where you can
Hi, Matt. Your screen isn't shared yet.
Not sharing. Oh, I am sorry. Let's see here. Screen 2, share. How about now? We good?
Yes, good to go. Thank you.
Okay, sorry about that. Glad we didn't get very far. So there's the 4 sections that you can see there. So that third was the state agency projects. You can see all of our state agency projects there. And the last section is the performance measures, where we have an aggregated view of all of our performance measures for all of our projects. Moving on, this is our landing page. So there's just a little bit of information here. That first text box is scrollable, so you can scroll down and read generally about the OAA and about our dashboard and what we are doing here. And you can also see in the top right there is a section that says, for any questions, please contact info@voaa.us. That is available throughout the dashboard. You can just click there and it'll open up an email to us. Here we have three big, what we call big number charts. The first is our total OAA share of estimated settlement revenue. This is what we at the OAA expect to bring in through the settlements. And then the second one is the OAA share of settlement received to date. So this is what we to date have received of that share. And if you hover over these, you will see a further breakdown by settlement, whether it's the distributors, Walgreens, any of the settlements, you will see the breakdown by that. The third big number chart here is the total OAA funds awarded to date. And if you hover over this chart, you will see a breakdown, whether it's by individual award, cooperative partnership award, state agency, any of those. That is the main landing page. Our second page, the city county projects. When you first click on this tab up here at the top, you will land on the city county projects subsection. Again, you'll see that header at the top. And then our first chart here is the gold standard. So this shows how many cities and counties have opted into our gold standard. Next to that is a list of the cities and counties. So if you have a question of whether your city or county has opted into the gold standard, you can search there. And if you don't see them there, that means they haven't opted in. Scrolling down from there is our interactive geographic map. You can zoom in or out on these, and across this map, you will see the gold stars. We would just really want to highlight the cities and counties that have opted into that gold standard. So you'll see a star on those that have. And if you hover over them, you will see their name and you will see their awarded amounts, total awarded amounts across all years for individual, gold standard, distribution, and cooperative partnership and what they've been awarded. Scrolling down from that, you'll see what we have called our city county profile chart. And here is where you can see what it is that each city and county is expected to receive, whether that's through direct distribution, their direct distribution used in OAA projects, their direct distribution that they've reported that they've used in non-OAA projects, the amount of individual distribution that they're eligible to receive by year, and the amount of individual awarded, as well as the amount of gold standard that they're eligible to receive by year, fiscal year, and the amount that they've been awarded. You can also see here whether they have participated in a cooperative partnership in that fiscal year. So we have these filters here. You can search by city or county, and you can search or filter it down by year as well. Clicking on a specific row will show a list of OAA projects that make up the OAA awarded amounts. So if you click on it, you'll see this, and that is a list of those projects that make up the OAA awarded amounts. It shows their name, whether it was a new project or a renewal, as well as the awarded amount. And here you'll see if there's been any annual report submitted yet. You'll see a link here and you can click there and it will bring you the annual report, and that will be in a PDF form and you can review the annual report there. Also, you can see the grant summary, which is what is provided to our grants committee when they review for award. So if you click the second sub-tab, you'll get the DBHDS region. This shows the same information for the interactive geographic map, but it is at a higher level, and it's done by the DBHDS region 1 through 5. And scrolling down from that interactive geographic map, you'll see our DBHDS region profile, which is the same information as before, but it's aggregated up to the region. So you can narrow it down by fiscal year, and also selecting on a region will give you the projects for that region for that fiscal year. And you can see all the information there as well, along with their annual report and grant summary links. Our next section is the state agency profiles. So this will bring you all the detailed information related to state agency projects. The first table you see here can be filtered by performance period, which is October 1st through September 30th, and it can be filtered by agency. And clicking on a row here will do, as a city county view, show a pop-up with more detailed information and a link to the MOU if it's available, as well as the annual report. And scrolling beneath that, you will see the section of the dashboard related to core funds, which is the Commonwealth Opioid Abatement and Remediation Fund. This section is just to give additional information and call attention to this fund, with a couple of big number charts showing the core funds estimated to be received by Virginia and the total funds appropriated. We don't have any additional breakdown here of these charts. By statute, we are required to keep track of these, even though we don't oversee it. We do submit more detail each year, though, in our annual report to the governor and the General Assembly. The last section we have here is the performance measures. We have two tables here. So the first you see is for the city and county performance measures, both estimated and achieved. This table can be filtered by fiscal year, by DBHDS region, and grant type. The estimated performance measures will appear once a project has been awarded, and the achieved performance measures will show once an annual report has been completed in the portal. The achieved performance measures, however, will only begin to appear with the fiscal year 25 awards. The awards that were from fiscal year 2024, since they were done before we had our OAA grants management portal, we are unable to get those performance measures loaded. And then scrolling below that, you will see a view of the state agency performance measures table. And this table works just like the city county table. However, it's only filterable by performance period. So next, I want to show you on our website, you can see here, if you look at the top, you will see the OAA grants public dashboard. And by clicking on that, you will come to here. I will note that we are currently in the process of moving all of our fiscal year 26 individual and cooperative awards into the awarded status. And once we have completed that, we will do a refresh of the dashboard, and this number here of the total funds awarded to date will update. So as you can see here, if I hover over these big number charts, I can scroll through those settlements and see the amounts by settlement. And then looking here at the total funds awarded, I can look and see how much has been awarded by each type of award. And then one more thing that I did not have in my slide was that if you click on a particular city or county, you will be able to see this list of they're eligible to receive amounts and how much they have been awarded. Scrolling through there, you'll see those charts that we talked about earlier. And then let's just click here on this first one. And if I choose the grant summary, it will pull up our grant summary for this particular award. And then, yep. Okay. So there's the DBHS region. You can click here on one of these lines here for each region and scroll through any award. You can search by project type. You can search by project name if you're looking for a specific name. And here's our state agency projects section. So clicking on this will bring you to this view, which you can click on the link to the MOU and see that there. So at this time, I want to open it up for any questions that you have.
Matt, we've had a few questions in the chat. So the first question is, 8 of our localities participated and contributed financially to a cooperative partnership project. However, 6 are listed as no when searched under fiscal year 2025 under the participated in cooperative partnership column. And the question was, is that column only a yes if the locality was listed as the fiscal agent?
It should be a yes, whether you are the fiscal agent or the partner. If it is listed as a no, that's an error. Please, reach out to us at the info box and we will look into that to figure out why it's listed there. As far as getting the link to the grant summary and the annual report, those will only be listed under the fiscal agent. But yes, if you were a partner, it should say yes.
Okay, we have another question. Would it be possible to note participation in a cooperative grant? That kind of aligns with the previous question we had, indicating that it only appears that the fiscal agent is noted, and they think it would be useful to see all localities involved in the cooperatives.
Yes, that yeah, like I mentioned, it should say yes if you were a partner. We'll be looking into an enhancement to potentially show which partnership that is so that you can look for the fiscal agent. The grant summaries themselves will show the partners, as well as the annual reports. Those links should show what partners were a part of that cooperative partnership. But yes, we can certainly look into that.
And then we had one comment regarding the interactive geographic city or county map. More specifically related to gold standard. So the comment was Bristol City is listed under the list of gold standard cities or counties, but on the interactive map, there is no star there. And looking at Bristol City on that map, it appears that city is so small, you'll have to kind of zoom in to the interactive map. And it is right to your right, down under in Washington County. There you go.
Right, it does not. But as we can see here, it is. Okay, that is strange. I will reach out to our team to figure out why that is. Thank you for pointing that out. Other questions?
So this is Tony, kind of just jumping in with a comment. We really hope that everybody who is joining us live and people who maybe watch this recording later, go into the portal on your own and take a look, try to dig into it and look and see if there's anything that appears to be out of place or missing. We appreciate a couple of items that we've identified just here on the webinar. We haven't announced this out to the general public. We've not done any kind of a press release or anything like that, but we would like to do that in the near future. So we really want for our grant recipients and our cities, our counties, our state agencies to have the chance to look over this and to troubleshoot any issues before we make a public announcement.
Yes, I can second that. There's quite a lot of information in this dashboard itself. We have gone through it ourselves and caught a few issues and few errors, but as with any program, as you work through it, and there's bound to be something missing. So definitely reach out to us if you notice any errors. We'll be happy to get those fixed.
Okay, Well, thank you so much, Matt, for the overview. It's an exciting resource, as a number of people have mentioned. Just a reminder to everyone else who's on the call that the OAA offers a series of webinars that we call the Abatement Academy. The next Academy topic that is available, if you're interested in joining us, will occur next week on Thursday, the 24th. And it's an overview of substance use, education, and prevention for kids and new efforts across Virginia. So this is a combination of the Virginia Department of Education, the Virginia Foundation for Healthy Youth, the Attorney General's Office, and Virginia Tech Extension Office. All of these entities have received funding from the OAA to expand education and prevention programs for kids across the state. And they have tools that are available to be used by cities and counties, and just a good general update on where things stand with education and prevention programs across the state. So if you're interested in getting this information, please go to our website and register for the session. And when you're there, you can see what the other topics are that are coming up. And so we're always pleased to provide these webinars, free resource to help cities, counties, and stakeholders in identifying best practices for dealing with the opioid crisis. So with that, I don't see any other questions coming into the chat. And so we will give everybody the rest of the hour back on your schedule. And thanks for joining us. And please reach out with any questions that you might have. Thank you.